I own this game twice on Nintendo DS and never got around to playing it, so I was stuck playing through on the Wii U. While not the intended optimal experience of the DS, Phantom Hourglass worked pretty good on Wii U. Welcome to completion 105 of the Potato Backlog Project. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video for the stylus is better than motion controls. Tater Raider, and let's talk about The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. If you're a bit of an idiot like me, you buy a lot of video games, and oftentimes end up selling those games when you need money before you even get the chance to play them. Games are always something easy and fast to liquidate if I just needed a couple extra bucks in my younger years. Luckily for me, I also purchased Phantom Hourglass digitally from the Wii U Virtual Console store. I remember thinking it was awesome that Nintendo started to put DS games onto Wii U, and extra awesome that I wouldn't be able to sell it, and one day I might even play it. Well, one day was today, or this week. Or it was last week. You know what I'm trying to say. I played the game. Phantom Hourglass is controlled almost entirely through the stylus. In fact, you can use just the on-screen options if you like and go 100% stylus control. But some things are hotkeyed to buttons on the controller. I used the stylus in my left hand and held the gamepad and used buttons with my right hand. This is the unaltered DS version of the game running on the Wii U. So the gamepad and your monitor function as the screens you can use to play the game. You are also offered a bunch of different options on how the screens are displayed and their configuration. I had to choose the option I did because I needed to record some gameplay for the video, but you can also set it up so the bottom screen would take up the Wii U gamepad screen and the top screen would be your monitor. From all accounts, the game functions and plays just like it did on DS. There are microphone interactions and mechanics that work properly. All of the stylus controls and movements also function very well for the most part. I did find just basic running around and movement with Link a little frustrating at times because of the stylus motion needed to do a roll, and my fat hand just kept getting in the way of seeing where I needed to go. There is one puzzle that I had to look up because the solution was actually closing the DS system and opening it back up again. It just didn't occur to me to do that while playing on Wii U, but I was able to simulate this by going to the home screen and then returning to gameplay. The biggest downside to playing the game this way ended up being the weight of the Wii U gamepad itself. It's kind of a hefty boy compared to the DS. I ended up having to shift it and find ways to rest it for any longer gaming sessions I was going to have. All of the DS and Wii U gamepad stuff aside, Phantom Hourglass was a pretty enjoyable Legend of Zelda game. It is the sequel to The Wind Waker and has Link sailing the seas once again to find and rescue Tetra. Initially, I wasn't sure how much I would enjoy playing a Zelda game with a stylus, but it was surprisingly fun. The game is totally designed around it, with puzzles, items, sailing, and bosses all requiring different uses of the stylus to complete the required tasks and challenges. Phantom Hourglass has all the classic Zelda ingredients, hidden secrets, linear dungeon gameplay, unlocking and finding items that allow you to progress further in the story. They also introduced a central temple or dungeon within this game. I wasn't a big fan of this concept. This dungeon is where the Phantom Hourglass comes into play, so it worked like this. The dungeon sucks your life away while you're inside, unless you're in one of the safe zones. Now, not only does your life go down, but a timer goes down as well, as where the hourglass comes into play. There are phantom enemies that will take time off your timer if they catch you, and you're tasked with making your way through to find the next thing to progress the story. Defeating bosses adds sand to your hourglass, which allows you to return to the dungeon and explore deeper within. You end up having to come back to the same temple 5 or 6 times, which might have been fine if you didn't have to go through all the things you did before. You will be able to take some shortcuts with items that you require along the way, but I actually ended up just dreading these parts as they felt like totally unnecessary filler and game padding to me. They could have just had a spot that would teleport you to the next part of the dungeon where you left off and keep the repeat run-throughs for people that wanted to challenge themselves later on in the game. This central dungeon concept mixed with the stylus controls had me kind of burnt out on the game by the end. It's definitely built with a portable handheld play in spurts kind of mindset. Shorter sessions will likely not have you burnt out on the control scheme and the repetition. In spite of that, Phantom Hourglass feels and plays like a Legend of Zelda game through and through, and I did have a good time with it, despite some of the challenges of the Wii U gamepad and running around as Link with stylus controls. 3 happy potato faces out of 5 for this experience playing the DS game on the Wii U. If I had played this on DS when I had it, it's probably a strong 4 or 5 for me. Clever puzzles, innovative gameplay mechanics, and classic Zelda polish that just keeps you entertained throughout the whole adventure. So with that, the Backlog Project rolls on. Be kind to yourselves and others that deserve it. We're on to the next one, which is Spirit Tracks. More Wii U DS. It'll be okay. It's fine. It'll be okay. I own this game It's a puzzle. There is one puzzle that I had to look up because the solution was actually closing the DS system and opening it up back again. Opening it back up again. Oh my god. I ended up having to shift and find ways to rest it for any longer gaming sessions. Jesus. Sessions. Ugh.